And here we'll be talking about the evolution and the uses of the traditional technologies. So we have already studied about Panighatta, like hollow, like another was another was the what was another? Can you please explain? Can you please give the examples of the local level technologies?
ढीकी
Diki Zato,
Yes, yes, very good. Diki,
ठेकी
Zato, and another.
ठेकी
Theki, another. Okay, so that was the traditional and the local level technologies that we have studied. Now, how the evolution happened and how the modern technologies were produced with the help of these traditional technologies, and what are the uses of the traditional technologies we'll be studying. We'll be familiar with the evolution and the use of the traditional technologies. We'll also explain the working mechanism of the water mill and the floor mill, and we'll also differentiate between the plow and the tractor. Okay, so here it is about the traditional technologies are local indigenous technologies. These technologies are evolved on the basis of indigenous knowledge of the local people and transferred from ancestors to the future generation. These all know whenever the we were our ancestors were there, they used to make it. Then there was a gradual changes in all these sort of technologies. Whenever the people got knowledge, whenever they got some information about this, understanding about this education and the skills, then they tried to change it gradually. Maybe it was different before. This sort of a meal was different before, no. So this sort of Panighatta, this sort of Jatu and everything, maybe this sort of grinder system was different in the ancestors' time. Now, when it came to our parents' hand, then it became a little bit different. Now, when we are in our generation, it's totally different. So you can see the evolution of the traditional technologies also, and these technologies are brought into practice on the basis of the local knowledge and the skill to perform various daily activities required for livelihood of the people. The traditional technologies are improved nowadays by making them fit and with the modern technologies. In this relation, the description of the water mill Panighatta and the floor mill plow, that is hollow, and tractor is also presented. Okay, so here what we can give an example is that you might have heard about the computer, right? At the during the first generation, computer was very large, it was very troublesome, it was very slow. We had learned about that, no? So similar type, this sort of traditional technologies were also very hard to transfer, and it was very slow. It was most of the time there was no electricity, no? So people used to use their hand skills only for making this sort of indigenous technologies. So with the time, with the advancement in the education, this sort of traditional technologies, it evolved into the modern technologies, and it gradually changed into the fit and portable type of technologies. Now we can talk about the water mill, that is the Panighatta. We have also explained a little bit about the Panighatta. Let's talk about it. Panighatta is the water mill is a grinding stone machine developed from the indigenous knowledge of the skill to produce the flour from the crop grains by the friction of the two stones, and a very advanced knowledge, no, that our ancestors was getting. They were not studying the science, but also they knew it, this sort of things, that there was a friction going on, and when the friction will be available, then it will help to green the crops here. So you can see this one is the stone, and the below side there will be stone. This is like a jato, no? So here this here it will be the stone, and the downward side also there will be stone, and in the middle, the from this hole the grains will be kept, and there in the downward side there will be the flowing of the river. Okay, let's talk about it more. Gradually, they started to use Zato to grind the grains. First of all, okay, initially the people used to produce the flour with the help of lohoro and silauto. I think this is present nowadays also. Silauta is present nowadays also, and this lohoro and silauto means there will be a very like a bucket type of stone will be created, and in that bucket type of stone, this lohoro will be used to kutne, like dhan kutne. So like that type of things would be done, and gradually they started to use the jato. This one is like a jato. We consider this one as a jato. The only difference is that at the top there will be some wooden handle, some like wooden handle will be there to help to revolve it, right? So in the course of time and the evolution, people invented water mill panigatta, which is more easier and advanced than jato. Slowly and gradually, people invented a modern flour mill, which is operated with the help of diesel and electricity. So this panigatta is operated with the help of the water. So water mill is a technology which is operated by the energy produced from the speed of water. Generally, water mill is constructed near the river. Look, this one I have said it before also. Water mill, it is generally it is established in the river side, because river is the continuously flowing of the water resource. So what happens when it continuously flows, then it creates the energy that will help to revolve this round, this panigatta. So underneath this structure, no, you can see this stone structure. Underneath there will be the flow of the river, and because of the flow of the river, the downward side of part, maybe there will be some sort of like like this cart, wooden sticks, no, wooden sticks would be used here in the inside, in the downward side of this one. So that wooden sticks, when it is hit by hit by the river, and then it will just revolve around it, then that creates a energy, that creates a force which will help to grind this floor grains present in it. So okay, so generally water mill is constructed near the river or stream where the flow of water is possible. In the absence of river or stream, the water pond is constructed by bringing water through the canal. A pond water is allowed to fall down through the pipe or wooden canal in a high speed, and the downward flowing of the water strikes. Look, I was saying the wooden stick, actually it is a wooden heel, okay? Okay, so wooden wheel and wooden stick, it's actually I was going to say the same. This wooden wheel, it will just get strike with the energy of the downward flowing of water, and it will start to revolve it. Then it is connected to the stone grinder. Look, it is connected to the stone grinder, as I have said here, no. Below this there will be something wooden like structure, and when the river will flow, it will strike on that, and it will start to revolve it, and when that wooden stick will revolve around, then it will also revolve this grinder connected to it, which will help to grind the floor. Okay, so what happens after that? The downward flowing water strikes the wooden wheel connected to the stone grinder, and the flow of the water produces the motion in it, and this motion is called rotating motion. So the level gear is fitted to the, so this is level, okay, gear is fitted to the grinder's axle, and the level gears produces the motion at 90 degree when the wheel rotates. The upper gear rotates with the help of the bevel gear, and the axle is also connected with the speed of the upper gear, and the speed is directly connected with the grinding stone, and hence the grinding stone rotates with the rotation of the upper gear. So here, when the water will strike, then the upper grinder will start to revolve, as the wooden wheel present present under this panigatta, it will just start to revolve, then the upper grinder will also start to revolve, and finally the floor present in it you will be starting to grind it. Then after, the upper gear connected to the grinding stone rotates, and hence the spinning of the axle, axle rotates the upper grinding stone kept in the lower stone. As a result, grain are grinded due to the continuous friction of the two grinding stones in the water mill. Generally, maize, wheat, soybean, millet, etc. are grinded in the water mill. And flour mill. What is now flour mill? This one is the electric flour mill. Now it is mostly used. So many flour mill are opened in different shops. You can also get an example if you ask to your mother, father. In here in Chhatrapur only this sort of flour mill is present. So flour mill is an advanced form of the water mill. It is used for producing the flour by grinding grains like maize, rice, wheat, millet, barley, etc. Flour mill is also based on the speeding technology, and the grinding stones are used in flour mill also, but the grinding stones of the flour mill are prepared in a special way. A iron plate is fixed to the collecting flour in the sack or pot. So this one is the collecting meal. Okay, what do you call it? This one is the collecting place where that flour and grains are collected here. And in the flour mill, a motor is operated with the help of the engine. The diesel motor produces a spinning speed, and this speed rotates grinding stone with the help of the gear, and the grains are grinded between the two grinding stones due to the continuous rotation of the upper grinding stone kept in the lower grinding stone. Nowadays, floors are operated by electric energy also, and this technology of grinding gives more production in short time. Hence, it is easier and comfortable for grinding the grains in comparison to the traditional technology of grinding. So this can be made from the diesel also. This can be run from diesel also. This can run from electricity also. And we pour the grains in this collecting vessel. Then after here in this rotating form, you can see it will be the iron plates which will grind the grains that will come from the upward side. Okay, and after grinding, it will come out of this portion. See, this portion is here, so it will come out of this portion, and we'll be collecting with the help of the collecting sack. Okay, now hollow and the tractor. Now if we talk about the hollow and tractor, there is a very vast difference in it. A tractor is the advanced form, and the plow is a very traditional form.
Local form.
Yeah, very local, very indigenous form of this local technology. So it is the traditional agricultural tool prepared from the wood. It is used to plow the field with the help of the bullocks and the buffaloes. And other tools used in this plow are fali, ono, haris, yoke, jotara. Oh my God, this is different terminologies are here, and these terminologies can be different according to the different village. Okay, because in Nepal people call it different by different names. So it might get different whenever we go into the different villages. The lever technology is used in the plow, and it works by pulling it with the physical power of the animals in combination of all its consecutive parts. So the plow, I think you have seen the hollow, that the wooden stick will be kept in the backward side of these bullocks, and one person will be here who will be guiding how to walk, and during their physical movement it will automatically help in plowing the field also. So this is a very local technology, and nowadays probably in a very rare time only this sort of technology is used. Otherwise the tractor is the one which is used more nowadays. And in traditional wooden plow, fali is attached to the tip of the wooden part and fixed to the lower part of the plow, and fali and karua are made up of iron, and fali is a straight object with the sharp tip, whereas the karua is U-shaped and the karwa is used to fix the fali with the wood to make it strong. When the plow is pulled by bullocks or the buffaloes, it tills the field, turning over the soil. So there will be the wooden stick attached to the this back of this bullocks also, buffaloes also. There will be wooden stick. There will be very straight wooden stick here, and at the downward side there will be like khanne type ko. Okay, so that type of things will be also attached to this wood, and that will help to turn over the soil. Now, if we talk about the tractor, tractor it is a
Ma'am, what is
modern.
till?
Huh?
Till.
Tills
Till
means
it's done.
when the plow is pulled or by the buffalo, no buffaloes. When the plow is pulled by bullocks or buffaloes, it tills the field by turning over the soil. It tills means it will just turn over. The soil will just turn over. Okay.
Okay, ma'am, get it. I got it.
Okay, tractor it is a modern plowing tools of the agriculture, and it is an improved technology of plow. And this diesel operating engine is fixed to the tractor. Tractor moves on the wheel and plowing technology, and is fitted in a rear part of the tractor. Many plows are attached to the single row. It has a small wheel in its front side, and its rear wheels are big, and it also can easily move on the muddy land soil also. And the tractor can plow a large area of a land in a short period of time. Much human labor is not used to operate it, and therefore there is a driver to operate the tractor, and the tractor is a modern tool of agriculture that has a great contribution to the modernization of the agriculture in a country. So this one we know it very well. I think how the tractor is used in this agricultural field you might have known. So there will be different types of parts of the tractor, and the main important part is that there will be the wheel like structure that will help to turn over the soil while moving it. So this is how the modern technologies were evolved from the traditional technologies by using the similar pattern of the energies. When the pani ghatta was there will be the rotating motion. In the flour mill also there is the rotating and the grinding of the maize and different other flour that will be kept in the collecting vessel. And if you talk about plow, this hollow and tractor also, there would be the similar type of thing like turning over of the soil by the help of that spine like structure. So spine like structure means kada like structure. Okay. Okay, that was for today, and see you in next class.